Hey everyone, Gary here from Rock Solid Productions, and we have another one of our highlights featuring the RetroTink 5X and focusing on one specific gaming system. One of the things that I have changed or gotten an addition since the last time we went ahead and did one of these videos is the awesome folks from Retro Labs has this really cool overlay for the remote control, so we can really go through and see what it is that we're doing. Now, typically in these videos, I have not appeared on camera. Now, with my recent health issues, I know people just kind of want to know how we're doing, so that's why we're on here. So this is not the most up-to-date firmware for the RetroTink 5X. There's actually been an update since the firmware that I have on here, but because we're focusing on the Master System, it is not something that is affected or improved upon in that update, so we're just going to use what we have here. So scrolling through the menu, as you can see, it is SCART RGB. I am using my Insurrection Industries SCART cables, just going right out of the system, which is awesome. I do have it set to 1080p fill for the output resolution. For the H sampling, I have it set to the Genesis PS1 Saturn 320p. It's one of those, there is no dedicated Master System profile on here. Might get on that. Quite honestly, it's just a matter of the Genesis one works just fine. Interpolation is set to sharp. Scan lines are off, and I'll go through. There's 25% scan lines. 50, looks way too dark. There's 80% and 100%. Not a fan. We're going to turn them off. Vertical sync is set to frame lock. Deinterlace is Bob. Notch, YC filter is set to notch. Color space is RGB full. Now this is the biggest benefit that I've noticed so far, specifically with the Master System, and that's the fact that this thing throws out jail bars like crazy. So this is strong. If you look, you can kind of see them, but they're not really there. Check this when I turn off the low pass filter. Look at those jail bars on screen. I mean, if you want to see what a difference that the RetroTink 5X, it's in the jail bars. You can look in through the Japanese writing there for the Double Dragon. You can see them. So that's with low pass filter off. That's light, still there. Medium, look at how much it cleans up on medium. And then strong, which is what we had on, that's what we're going to leave it on. Light gun borders off, don't need it. 240p downscale, again, don't need it. And then there, I am on version 1.24. Like I say, I know there's a newer version from this. I just have not had a chance to download it yet. And the two bunnies from Mr. and Mrs. RetroTink. So we are going to dive in to some Double Dragon here on the Master System. This is a fantastic version of this game. Stupid hard though too. I mean, that's the big thing too, is this is probably one of the hardest versions of this game. So, I mean, I think it looks great. One of those things that I sometimes forget that I have to hit the 1 and 2 button to do the jump like that. Now, one thing on this is the fact that you can actually have more than 3 characters on screen at a time, unlike the NES version that just could not handle that many sprites. And there you can see I'm not even through the first board, and dead in Double Dragon for the Master System. This thing is a tough version of this game. The nice thing too, no lag, no latency, no delay. Plus you have, I mean, just these beautiful, beautiful graphics. All in all, you're just another brick in the wall, dude. Now, I do think that the NES had a little bit better music. There is, I've heard, an FM mod for the Master System to bring the audio even better still. I haven't done any mods on this yet, but I'm seriously looking into it. So if you know of any mods that can be done for the Master System, by all means, let me know. I know that at one point Voltar had one for the Genesis that could kind of sort of maybe work for the Master System, but it wasn't really designed for it. Got him! So, Double Dragon looking and playing great, just like what we would hope for. Up next, Disney's Aladdin, and it's hard to imagine that this is actually an 8-bit game as good as this looks. made in 1994. I mean, the Genesis was well out by this time. It was a year before I graduated high school at this point. But I would say this is a terrific looking version of this game. Now, this first part of the game is a little weird because it's basically like a constant runner. So you have to time your jumps appropriately, which I am not doing very well. I blame it on only being able to see with one eye. Got the apple there. But look at the scrolling backgrounds and everything. Oh, he got me. I'll try that one more time. He came up quick. So best on here is to, press right when you want to jump over something, just to make sure that you get that extra little bit of spacing as you need. Oh, come on. Come on, Al or Lad or Den. I will admit, not as big of a fan of the remake with Will Smith as with the original with Robin Williams. There's just something special about Robin Williams. I mean, that's part of it too. He's a once-in-a-generation type personality. And Will Smith, I thought, did a good job, and I did appreciate the homage to Robin at the end. I mean, but this is looking and sounding terrific. Oh, what's the monkey's name? I can't remember the monkey, but he's actually voiced by Frank Welker, aka Megatron. Again, just taking a look at that scrolling in the background. For an 8-bit video game system, ooh, almost got the barrel there. So overall, Aladdin looking pretty good. Let's mix it up and go to our next game. I always thought that it was funny that Rampage for the Master System had the song from Revenge of the Nerds in it. 1986 on here. Fun thing for me about this game, this was the first game that I bought when I went to the Portland Retro Gaming Expo in 2018. So I was with my boys, Gabbo and Riff from the Pixel Game Squad, and it was damn cool. And it's one of those that I am glad that I have that memory that that's where this game came from. Now, we also went to a couple other stores and whatnot and picked up a copy of Ghostbusters for the Famicom. I actually recently got rid of it because it's the same as the NES one. It wasn't the game that I thought it was. It wasn't the game I was looking for. Now, if you're not familiar with the Revenge of the Nerds, this is where they play towards the end of the movie itself. Clap your hands, everybody. Everybody, clap your hands. We're Lambda, 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 and Omega Mu. My cousin Mike was actually in that movie as an extra when they're going to get the pies at the festival. They actually filmed it. He was going to Arizona State when they filmed it there. And so I actually got to see a rated R movie when I was like 8 or 9 years old. No, not even that. I was maybe 6 or 7 because cousin Mike was in it. So that was just, yeah, my parents should not have been willing to let us watch that. But they did. Again, it was one of those things. Cousin Mike was in a movie. You gotta watch Cousin Mike. So Rampage looking good. I am seeing some jail bars here, but not totally unexpected. Again, the Master System is known for jail bars. Super fun version of this game. Again, I think the audio isn't as great on this as like the NES version, but the fact you get all 3 characters right out of the box. And I think it actually looks better. You've got better detail and everything too. I hate to say it, I almost prefer the Master System controller over the NES controller. And it could be just the way that the D-pad is. It could be the way that just everything, the cable comes out of the back. I don't know what it is, but it's a really comfortable controller. Now, of course, we all know you can use Genesis controllers, got them, on the Master System. So if you happen to need a Master System controller, if you don't have one, that is a good way to do it. And you can actually use the wireless controllers from like RetroBet, work great on the Master System. Classic shooter here, R-Type for the Master System. I have played it through this setup already before, and I mean, goodness, this looks great. I mean, this almost looks as good as the TurboGrafx 16, quite honestly. You did not shoot that orange stuff at me, or at least at my back. Now, one thing I will say is this is one of those games that is going up in price. I paid, the sticker I saw on it had $30 on it. I think I paid $20 or $25. Again, I think I got this at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo in 2018 with Riffo and Gabbo. as I was telling them how much the Xbox sucks. Probably at some point we had that conversation that weekend. We talked about a lot of different things that weekend. Great show. Make sure if you're not subscribed to the Pixel Game Squad, go ahead and do so. Yes, finally got our little protector there, our extra shot. I should have been dead there. I think I flew into the ground, quite honestly. Now, play control is, I don't think it's as fluid as the TurboGrafx 16 or even the Super NES or Genesis versions, but still very playable. The backgrounds almost remind me of like Metal Storm, quite honestly. All right, sped up there. All right, gotta avoid, all the orange balls and got hit by one. All right, we are gonna finish up with one last game. I absolutely love the original Wonder Boy. It reminds me of everything that I dug about Adventure Island and then some. It looks great, it plays great. I mean, it's Adventure Island for the Master System. We all know the story behind that. I mean, it is Master Higgins without having Master Higgins. Again, seeing a little bit of jailbarring, not unexpected. I have to admit, too, I think I prefer the music on this over the NES game. I thought for sure that I was dead there. A little bit of slowdown, but that is the game more than anything else. It would be the Hudson B, for lack of a better term. A little bit of flicker, but again, that is the game! Oh, dang it. I'm jumping too far. Blaming the eye patch, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to blame the eye patch. So, well, we're getting to the end here. This is the last game that we are going to feature. What do I think? I mean, the Master System is, to me, one of the most underrated systems of all time. It looks great. It has such an amazing library of games. And the fact that it does RGB right out of the box, huge bonus. You can use, HD Retrovision component video cables, or you can use Insurrection Industries SCART cables, and they work great going through the RetroTink 5X. I'm really shocked at how good of a job the RetroTink does pulling out those jail bars. I was not expecting it, I'll be honest with you. I haven't had a chance to play my Master System a whole lot in recent weeks and months. Oh, I don't want the skateboard. Alright, good. No lag, no delay. I mean, that's pretty much a gimme. I mean, I didn't expect any lag or delay on it, but to have me jump into the water like that was kind of stupid. According to Mike, they have started shipping their second batch, so they are continuing to get these made and produced so that you can go ahead and pick one up and be able to make your Master System, your Genesis, your Jaguar, your Super Nintendo, Super Famicom, basically anything component, composite, or SCART will look great coming through here. Now, if you do have any other comments or questions, as always, you can feel free to leave them down below in the comment section. You can also email me at rocksolidmail@gmail.com. Send me a message on Twitter at RockSolidStudios. We are on Facebook at facebook.com/RockSolidProductions. and Instagram at instagram.com/RockSolidProductionsGK. Now, if you want to go ahead and pick one of these up, I will have a link down below to Mike's website where he will have information listed. You'll also want to make sure that you follow him on Twitter at RetroTink2 because he will have the most up-to-date information. Can't dilly-dally there regarding the next batches as they come. We all know that we're having issues with chip shortages. He is not unaffected by that, but it's one of those where he is trying to be as transparent and honest with everybody as we get through what we're going through, basically. So make sure you give Mike a follow there. And then if you are looking for any other ways to not die in Wonder Boy, if you are looking for Insurrection Industries SCART cables for HD Retrovision component video cables, extensions, and more, make sure you check out CastleManiaGames.com. Ryan over there has all those items and then some. Plus, what you can earn over there is what's called Castle Cash. It's his rewards program where the more you spend, the more you earn towards future purchases. And the great thing is Castle Cash is just like cash, and I cashed out right there. You can also use promo code ROCKSOLID10 to save 10% off of most items on the website. And as always, if you like what you see here and if you want to see more, do me a huge favor. Hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. That way each and every time we do come out with new content, you are kept the most informed and up to date. Now, if you do want to see additional systems covered, we have a whole RetroTink 5X playlist where you can see me dive with other games as well that you can go ahead and follow to stay the most informed and up to date. And those videos are coming up for you right now. Thank you for watching this video. If you would like to support the future of Rock Solid Productions, you can do so by visiting our Patreon page at patreon.com/rocksolid. For as little as $1 a month, $12 a year, you'll get early access to all of our video content, exclusive content, and a whole lot more. You can also become a channel member here on YouTube for as little as $1.99 a month, and with that, you get a badge next to your name when you comment or post on the channel, and you are acknowledged whether you are a channel member or a Patreon supporter at the end of each and every one of our videos. You can also support the channel by visiting our Teespring store on screen now, where we have t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, masks, cell phone cases, and much more. Again, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon.